Right then, let's move on to the quiz. Now, for those of you new to Eaton's quiz, before we start, don't worry, you've still got plenty of time before question 1 starts. If you look down there, you'll see that's how long we've got till question 1 starts. And the reason for that is because before the quiz, I'm going to go through a bit about registering your team and how to use the system, and also about the quiz formats that we all start in the same place. So if you're sitting in the pub and you're thinking, shall I play, shall I not play? Play, because you'll enjoy it and you'll also help out your pub, and I'll explain more about how you'll help out your pub later on. Okay then. Now then, in this quiz you have 2 chances to win. I'll explain. The format of each round is exactly the same. Questions 1 to 4 will be multiple choice questions. You'll have 5. Right then, let's move on to the quiz. Now, for those of you new to Eaton's quiz, before we start, don't worry, you've still got plenty of time before question 1 starts. If you look down there, you'll see that's how long we've got till question 1 starts. And the reason for that is because before the quiz, I'm going to go through a bit about registering your team and how to use the system, and also about the quiz formats that we all start in the same place. So if you're sitting in the pub and you're thinking, shall I play, shall I not play? Play, because you'll enjoy it and you'll also help out your pub, and I'll explain more about how you'll help out your pub later on. Okay then. Now then, in this quiz you have 2 chances to win. I'll explain. Now I'm going to call them contest 1 and contest 2. Now contest 1 is your traditional pub quiz. The only difference with this quiz is that you're not all sitting in the same pub, but you are all playing as individual teams wherever you are. And contest 1 is just teams versus teams. So it's every team for themselves, and at the end of the quiz, the team with the most points will be declared the winner. However, the team with the most points is not necessarily the team that will play for that part of the jackpot, because if you're playing at home, then unfortunately you can't win the jackpot. The only way you can win the jackpot is if you're sitting in one of the 7 participating pubs. And so if you are the winner and you're playing at home, the jackpot chance will go down to the next best team that are playing in one of the pubs. But that contest is a straight up teams versus teams contest. Contest 2 is all about the venues, and it's pubs versus pubs. And here's how it works. So you're all sitting as individual teams in your pub, and there you are. So there's one pub with all their teams playing. Now there's 5 teams there, I'll come back to that in a second. And the way it works is the best 5 teams' scores will be added together, and that score will become your pub's score. The same process will happen in all the other different venues. So you'll all at the end of the quiz have a point score, which is a pub's point score or a venue's point score, and the venue that has the highest point score at the end of the quiz will be declared the best pub. And where the jackpot comes in is we go back to that winning pub and we look at which team was the highest scoring team from that pub, and they will be the second team that go on to play for the jackpot. Now, one clear message from this is it is very important, it is imperative that you have at least 5 teams playing in your pub to have any chance of the teams in that pub winning the pub contest. And the reason for that is because just by sheer numbers, if one pub's got 5 teams and your pub hasn't, the pub with 5 teams is more than likely going to win in the pub contest, and therefore the winner is going to be more likely selected from that pub. So what can you do about getting more teams in your pub? If there are any people sitting in the pub that are watching this but you know they're not playing, go and tell them to play, because it will help you and it could even help them. They could win £100 as well. Bar staff and management, don't forget you can create a staff team as well. I know you're quite busy these days with table service, but juggle it for yourself, and if you think you can do it, get yourself a team in. And also you can decide if you win, what you do with the money, whether or not you keep it for yourselves or whether or not you pass it to all your customers. I'll let you decide on that one. But yeah, there's an option there. Option 3, if you know any friends or family that live nearby or that are nearby, give them a text, give them a call, tell them to come and join you in the pub and play and have fun, and they could win £100. That's another option. Option 4, if you've maxed out all your other options, you can still do this one, and this is important. If you can't get any more teams and you know you can't get any more people down, then the teams that are playing split up so that you've got at least 5 teams. A team of 4 could be 2 teams of 2, could even be 4 teams of 1, and you can still all sit together. But whatever you do, if you're sitting there with 3 teams or 4 teams, make sure you get 5 teams, because that will give you the best possible chance of winning the pub contest. Obviously, the teams contest, you've got every chance of winning that regardless of whether you've got 5 teams in your pub or not, but that's only half the contest, half the money. If you want a chance of winning all of it, you need 5 teams. I think I've made it clear. Get yourself 5 teams. Now at the end of the quiz, we could have one winner, because the best team overall could also be from the best pub. And in that case, that team will go on and play for the jackpot of £100, the whole amount. It could also be that we have 2 separate winners from the 2 contests. So the best team isn't from the best pub. So the best team overall and the best team from the best pub are 2 separate teams, and they both play for £50, half of the jackpot each. Now I say play for the jackpot and not win the jackpot, because at the end of the quiz, the winning teams, whether it's 1 team or 2 teams, will go on and play in the one final jackpot question, where if they get it right, and it's multiple choice by the way, so it's not that difficult, but if they get it right, they win their share of the jackpot. But if they get it wrong, they go home with nothing and their share rolls over to next month. So happy days for everybody else if that happens. So yeah, more about that later, because that's at the end of the quiz. But that's basically the format of the quiz. Now let's talk about the system. Registration is very straightforward, and I only need as a minimum these 3 bits of information. First of all, your team name. Just pick a team name, quite straightforward. Secondly, very important, I need either an email or a mobile number. And the reason why this is important is because whatever you type in there will be the contact details that are used to make payment with yourselves if you win. So if the information is invalid, you will not be able to win, because we will not be able to contact you. Thirdly, PIN number, and that PIN number is just so that only you can access your team information. If you have already played each quiz before, or if you registered yesterday or earlier and you're logging back in, just click log in and give the same information. For those of you who played in lockdown, your team details are still on the system, but you didn't have an email or a mobile number, so just add one now and then press log in and you'll be able to log in. Now, this quiz is an interactive quiz, and the more information you give, the more interaction you can have with the teams that are in your pub, but also the teams that are playing in different pubs and teams playing at home. Now, to add a picture, just click choose, select a picture, or take a picture on your device there and then click upload, and then you'll see your picture on the device. Once you see your picture on the screen, you'll know that it's been uploaded correctly. Next, you have the option to add player details to your team profile. Now, there's 2 reasons for you to add player details to your team profile. Number 1 is, again, interaction in the quiz. There's a chat facility in the quiz where you can talk with different teams, again, in your pub or in different pubs, and you can see it just there. And you can talk as a player. So the interaction there, if you add player details, you can talk as individual players in your team. Number 2, you can use it as an extra security feature for if you win. So if you put the name John, I will only pay any winnings to a bank account with the name John. You can be more specific and call it, for example, Dan Brown, and I will only pay any cash winnings to a bank account with the name Dan Brown. So you can use that or you cannot use that, it's up to you. The final bit of information that you have to give is your pub status. This is very important now that this is a inter-pub contest. All you have to do is select from the list your pub where you're playing, and this will make sure that your score is added or contributes to the total pub score in the pub contest. If you're playing at home, just select playing at home. And if you want, just give some basic information about where you are in the world. That'll be helpful for me. If you've already done this and you want to make some changes, or if you want to make some changes later on, you can do up until we start, up until question 1. And to do that, you just have to press that button there once you've completely logged in. Now you have 2 simple tasks to do before you start answering questions in the quiz. The first is to choose your joke around. Your joke around is the round in which you get double points. So probably choose your best round for that one. The second task is just as important. It's the tiebreaker game. The tiebreaker game will separate any teams that are on the same amount of points at the end of the quiz. To play the tiebreaker game, it's very straightforward. Press start, wait 20 seconds, then press stop, and times will be ranked as follows. Times under 20 seconds will be ranked higher than times over 20 seconds, and then your closeness to 20 seconds. So basically, try and get as close to 20 seconds without going over. That's your task. That's it, you've made it to the quiz. You can now start answering questions in the picture board. Yes, the picture board is open throughout the whole quiz, but I'll explain more about that and the questions and the scoring of the quiz. After this break, I'm just going to give you a chance to build your teams, register all your teams, get everyone sorted and everyone on the system. So I'll see you in a few minutes. Have a chat on the chat, get to know each other.
They say, oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your hand, my dear, and place them both in mine. You know you stopped me dead while I was passing by. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time.
So they say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, oh.
The format of each round is exactly the same. Questions 1 to 4 will be multiple choice questions. You'll have 5 different options. If you get it right, you'll get 1 point. For questions 5, 6 and 7, you'll get 2 points for the correct answer, but you'll have to type your answers in as opposed to being given options. So it's a bit... You'll get 1 point.
So as I said, before the picture board is open throughout the whole quiz.
Questions 5, 6 and 7, you'll get 2 points for the correct answer.
You get 2 points for each answer, 4 points if you get them all correct. Yeah, enough said. Once again, 2 points for each correct answer in the picture board, 4 points for each bonus point. Once again, 2 points for each correct answer in the picture board, 4 points for each bonus point. Sounds good. What I need here. Once again, 2 points for each correct answer in the picture board, 4 points for each bonus point. Sounds good. What I need here. Once again, 2 points for each correct answer in the picture board, 4 points for each bonus point. Copy that.
Thanks once again to everyone who played. I hope you had fun and I hope to see you again on Thursday, the 19th of November. Another free to play quiz, but this time it's a whopping £200 jackpot.
And paste that. And now you should have sound behind me. 2 points for each correct answer. 4 bonus points if you get all 8 correct. And paste that. And now you should have sound behind me. 2 points for each correct answer. 4 bonus points if you get all 8 correct. Paste that. And now you should have sound. 2 points for each correct answer. 4 bonus points.
The format of each round is exactly the same. Questions 1 to 4 will be multiple choice questions. You'll have 5 different options. If you get it right, you'll get 1 point. For questions 5, 6... The format of each round is exactly the same. Questions 1 to 4... The format of each round is exactly the same. Questions 1 to 4 will be multiple choice questions. You'll have 5 different options. If you get it right, you'll get 1 point. For questions 5, 6 and 7, you'll get 2 points for the correct answer, but you'll have to type your answers in as opposed to being given options, so it's a bit more difficult. During the round, there will be several interruptions, just like that. And at the end of the round, in question 8, you'll be asked questions on what you saw in those interruptions or what you heard or whatever happened in those interruptions. You'll get 1 point for each and there'll be 5 questions, so question 8 is worth 5 points. There are even more ways to win points. During each round, I'll be giving you several updates about how teams are streaking. Don't worry, they're not doing anything dodgy. What they're doing is getting questions right in a row. And if you get 3 questions right in a row, anywhere in the round, you will get a bonus points of 3. You'll get 3 bonus points. You can upgrade that bonus to a bonus of 5 points if you get any 5 questions correct in a row. So it could be questions 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. It could be any 5 in a row. And if you manage to get every single question right, including all 5 of question 8 right, you'll get all your points for that, plus you'll get a bonus 10 points. So there are plenty of points up for grabs. Remember this guy? the Joker, yes, as you know, whatever round that you selected your Joker in, you'll get double points for that. That's sorted. However, there's another function for the Joker, and that is what you need to do is you need to count how many times you see the Joker appear on screen throughout the whole quiz. That is on this screen, not on your mobile device. So how many times does the Joker appear on the TV? And the reason why that question is important, because that is what the jackpot question will be at the end. So the question to the winning team or the winning teams will be, how many times did you see the Joker appear on screen? And if you get it right, you'll win the money. And if not, you'll go home with nothing. So it's very important to everyone because we don't know who's won yet. So start counting from now. So the one that you just saw, don't count that one. Start at 0 from now. Got it? Good. Question 1 is now unlocked, and I'll see you on the other side. One final thing to point out before we start getting into questions is that each question is timed. This of course is to stop the Google cheats from winning, and if you answer after the horn, even if you're correct, your score will be 0. However, one small disclaimer, I do have to allow for a possible lag on your video, and so you may get a few seconds after the horn to still answer the question and get the points. However, this is not guaranteed. The only way to guarantee you get the points is to get your answer in before the horn. Right, let's move on to the questions. Just stop here, we'll do the corrections. What I also want to say is good luck. There's something else which I can't remember. Question 1 is now unlocked, and I'll see you on the other. Let's have a look at my audio temperature. How loud am I? Maybe I should put that full volume. Talk really loud like this, can you hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This. It's not coming from the microphone.